So we have to be patient when it comes to the salah. We can't just hurry through the salah. We have to make sure that we're patient in praying at the various times of the salah. We can't just hurry through it. We have to be patient to obey Allah. Allah has told us, for example, not to backbite, not to suspect people, not to lie. And that requires patience. That requires patience. It requires patience to do the right thing. To follow the messenger of Allah, it requires patience. To tell the truth all the time, it requires patience. To speak good, it requires patience. To establish a school, to establish a community requires patience. That's number one. Number two, patience to stay away from the disobedience of Allah. Patience not to lie. It's easy to lie. It's easy to lie. But sabr, it takes sabr to tell the truth. So it takes sabr not to lie. It's easy to speak ill of your brother or your sister and what we call ghiba, and to backbite, or to spread rumors, gossip, get involved in gossip. It's the easiest thing in the world to do, especially with cell telephones these days. And with email and the chat rooms and Facebook, it's easy. But it takes patience not to do those things. It's easy to buy a house on mortgage and get a loan and get involved with riba, but it takes patience to do it the right way without the interest. It takes patience. It takes patience to raise your children according to the Islamic values in a sea of darkness. It takes patience. So patience not to disobey Allah. And number three, patience with what Allah decrees. You may think that so many people are not supporting the school, but we must be patient. The numbers don't matter. The numbers don't matter. What matters is the support of Allah. Because think about it, brothers and sisters. Who inspires the hearts to give or to sacrifice or to do anything? It is Allah. So what matters is our connection with Allah, and Allah will make it happen. That's His promise. إِنَّا نَحْنُ نَزَّلْنَا الذِّكْرَ وَإِنَّا لَهُ لَحَافِظُونَ. We are the ones who brought down this remembrance, this revelation to you, and we will be its guardians. So this Islam, Allah is going to protect it. This Islam that we learn from the Quran and the Sunnah of the Prophet ﷺ, Allah will protect it. All you have to do, all we have to do, is just to get in line and start doing what Allah has said. And Allah will take care of the rest. All we have to do is stand up and say Allahu Akbar, and Allah will do the rest. All we have to do is get up and stand up and say, Allah, I'm ready to take the first step, and Allah will complete the journey. That's it. That's Allah's promise. But we need the patience to hang in there and to keep on moving forward. So whatever happens, no matter what hardship we go through, this is the decree of Allah. Yes, we may not have the greatest building, but alhamdulillah for what we have. And one time we didn't even have that. We may not have a gymnasium, but we'll get it by the will of Allah. We may not have some of the things that the public schools have, but we'll get there. We'll get there. But we have to have sabr. That's all. We can't give up once we started the journey, because Allah is coming. Because Allah is in front of us. That is not even part of our vocabulary. To give up and just go away from the straight path. You see, when people don't have sabr, they stray. They stray. You know, sabr is like a three-dimensional word. And this is, brothers and sisters, I encourage you and I challenge you to learn the Arabic language. When you begin to learn the Arabic language, a lot of the words that you see in Arabic, they're like three-dimensional words. It's like when you read a word, you see a picture. You see something that's 3D, as if you're watching a video or watching something in live action in front of you. And when the issue of sabr comes up, sabr gives you that impression that, look, there's a lot of things going on around you, and things are out of control, and you can hang in there, and you can be tough, and you can manage yourself and hold yourself without complaining, without being negative, without being pessimistic, and you're going to keep moving. That's the picture that sabr gives you. So being patient to obey Allah. Patient not to disobey Allah, not to complain, not to be negative. Patience not to disobey Allah. And number 3, patience with whatever Allah has decreed. Alhamdulillah, whatever we have. But we're going to strive for excellence. That's part of our deen. Our deen is not to just settle for mediocrity. وَأَحْسِنُوا إِنَّ اللَّهَ يُحِبُّ الْمُحْسِنِينَ. And strive for excellence because Allah loves those people who strive for excellence. إِذَا عَمِلَ أَحَدُكُمْ عَمَلًا فَلْيُتْقِنْ, said the Prophet ﷺ, is if any one of you does something, let him perfect it. Let him perfect it. Strive for excellence. Brothers and sisters, so that's our patience in relationship to the Creator. And then there's patience in relationship to each other. وَجَعَلْنَا بَعْضَكُمْ لِبَعْضٍ فِتْنَةً أَتَصْبِرُونَ. We made some of you as a trial for others. Won't you be patient? Or would you be patient? In other words, as if Allah is saying, please be patient. So let us not complain about each other. Let us not bicker among each other. If one said something to the other and we didn't like it, let's forgive. وَلَمَنْ صَبَرَ وَغَفَرَ إِنَّ ذَلِكَ مِنْ عَزْمِ الْأُمُورِ. The one, as Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, the one who is patient and is forgiving, that is exactly what Allah recommends for you to do. That is truly what Allah recommends for you to do. So, yes, there will be trials among ourselves. Because each one of us comes from different backgrounds. And we come with different cultures. And we come with different languages and different experiences. And different levels of knowledge and standards of knowledge. And we think differently and so on with different perspectives. If we become a trial for each other, well, we've got to be patient. Let's be patient with each other. Because why? Because in the end we're going to Allah. Inna lillahi wa inna ilayhi raji'un. To Allah we belong and to Him we're returning. So even if a brother or a sister disagrees with you, that doesn't mean that they're your enemy. It just means they're looking at things in a different way. Let's be patient and respect each other. When people don't have sabr, that's when the communities break. That's when families break. That's when it becomes easy to divorce and to separate and to say evil things about each other. But that's not us. That's not us as Muslims. We're ready to be tolerant and to be patient. Sabr. That's what wins the race. That's what wins the race. سابقوا إلى مغفرة من ربكم وجنة عرضها كعرض السماء والأرض أعدت للذين آمنوا بالله ورسله. Race with each other to the forgiveness of your Lord and to Jannah. It expands the heavens and the earth. And this has been prepared for who? For those who believe in Allah and His messengers. Brothers and sisters, with each other we need to be patient. When we suggest things, there's nothing wrong with that. But If things are not implemented right away, let's be patient. Because we're going to Allah. And we want to do things Allah's way, not our way. Allah's way. That's what's going to count anyway. Allah's way. Brothers and sisters, you know, Rasul sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, he said, وَاعْلَمْ أَنَّ فِي الصَّبْرِ عَلَى مَا تَكْرَهُ خَيْرًا كَثِيرًا. Realize and understand that in being patient, having patience, especially when you're dealing with things that you don't like to do, there's a lot of good. There's a lot of good in it. So, yes, it's not easy to transport our children every morning and take them home every evening in the traffic and go that extra mile and so on. And go out of your way and go that extra mile. It's not easy. But you know what? There is no traffic jam on the extra mile. There is no traffic jam on the extra mile. And you know what? You might think it's out of your way, coming all the way to Al-Huda School. But you know what? It's on the way to paradise. It's on the way to Allah. And nothing is out of the way when you do things for Allah. Brothers and sisters, Rasul sallallahu alayhi wa sallam said, know and realize that patience in dealing with things that you don't like to do, there's a great good in it. وَأَنَّ النَّصْرَ مَعَ الصَّبْرِ. And success comes with patience. Success comes with patience. Brothers and sisters, you know, one time Rasul sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, he said, إِنَّ عِظَمَ الْجَزَاءِ مَعَ عِظَمِ الْبَلَاءِ. You know, how greatly you're rewarded by Allah depends on how great the trials that you face and how you face those trials. Do you face them with nervousness and stress and negativity and pessimism and anger and complaints? Or do you face them with peace and total tranquility and equanimity and a sense of confidence in Allah? How do you face those trials? How greatly you're rewarded, it depends on how much patience you have in dealing with these trials. وَإِنَّ اللَّهَ إِذَا أَحَبَّ قَوْمًا ابْتَلَاهُمْ. When Allah, surely, you must know, said the Prophet ﷺ, that when Allah loves a people, He tries them. He tries them. He tries them when He loves them. Why? Because when you're tried, you become more patient and you get more of a reward from Allah. إِنَّمَا يُوَفَّى الصَّابِرُونَ أَجْرَهُمْ بِغَيْرِ حِسَابٍ. That those people who are patient, their reward is limitless with Allah. Limitless with Allah. And then Rasulullah ﷺ goes on, that when people are tried, فَمَنْ رَضِيَ فَلَهُ الرِّضَى وَمَنْ سَخِطَ فَلَهُ السَّخَطِ. And so when Allah tries us with these issues, the hardships that we're facing, for example, at Al-Huda School, lack of money maybe, transportation, and each other, and perhaps not having this and not having that, or not doing this to perfection and not doing that to perfection, not having this qualification or that qualification, whatever hardships we're facing, فَمَنْ رَضِيَ فَلَهُ الرِّضَى. Whoever is content with what Allah has decreed, then they will get Allah's contentment with you.